Hi Scorpio, welcome to your October reading. Oh, hang on. Shuffle that way a bit, it seems to have moved around. So, welcome to your October tarot reading. Now, I'm going to be using the Cosmic Cycles Tarot deck and also the Tarot of the Divine, which are two of my newest decks, but I'm obsessed with them already. And at the end, we're going to, once we've had a look at what's going on for you for October, we're going to have a look at what is happening for the star signs that you're dealing with. So, it's a good little way to have a little look at what's going on around you as well. So, great for cross watchers. Okay. So let's have a little look at what's coming up for you for October. Now, first off, you have got the Hierophant. I adore this card. This card is one of the reasons I bought this deck, because it's that moment of reconnecting with your own purpose, with your own power of what you need to do. And that, you know, is a really great thing, because like particularly with the two full moons this month, like the full moon at the end of the month on Halloween, very exciting, is in Taurus. So it's a good time for using that kind of stability, that sort of grounded energy that you get from Taurus to really refocus on what we need, like financially, what we need love-wise, what we need to happen for our best interest. Hang on. Sorry. Just fiddling with my lighting again. It's trouble with having a window in the room. Anyway. So that's really good. I'm really happy with that for you, Scorpio. Now, you have got the Five of Wands in reverse as well. So there's also a feeling that it's like you don't... So this, like, I always think there's two ways of viewing this card. One is that, you know, in the upright, it's a little bit bickering. It's a little bit like arguing, playing games, you know, I don't really like it. So in the reverse, it's good that you've got that going in your favour, that you're not in that mode where you're trying to bicker or fight. But it can also be that actually, you know, the fight isn't there and you're not willing to go in and deal with it. I mean, I don't feel it is that, because I feel like with the Hierophant in the upright, I feel like it's more that you're taking the inner peace that you find and staying away from drama. You know, because some people want to bring drama into your life. Some people can't help but bring drama into your life. But I feel like you're staying away from that, and I'm really, really pleased for that. Pleased with that. Now, you've got the King of Swords as well, and actually it's the first time he's come out upright today. But I like this King of Swords because it's that CSI moment of like joining the dots, connecting everything, making sure that you know what's going on and you know how to plan things. You've got everything laid in place. You know, you spent the time, you've done the work to make sure that things are right, that things are going well for you. So I'm really, really pleased about that. And then you've got an Eight of Cups. Now, I think towards the end of the month, I think you're going to have something where this is tough, because it is walking away. It's stepping out of, you know, it could be stepping out of comfort zones. It could be stepping out of a relationship. It could be stepping out of a work situation, a home situation. It's like, oh, God, it gives me goosebumps thinking about it. But I feel for you, Scorpio, that you are going to have something towards the end of the month where you use that full moon energy to realise what it is that you want. And I think that's probably going to take you away from the situation that you're in now. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be a work situation. It could be, you know, home life, friends. It could be that you know, a friend has let you down, and actually where you've reconnected with this Hierophant and you've realised that you don't need this person. You know, you've worked everything out, that actually, you know, it's time to go. And it's hard when that happens, because, you know, finding the time to go is never easy. But it's like that phrase, you know, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is now. And yes, you know, particularly if it is a relationship situation, you could have gone away earlier. But you didn't. And, you know, now is the time. Okay, now, to go with your Hierophant, I love this. You've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. And this, you know, again, I have differences of opinion on the Seven of Swords, but this one is very much like, look at him, he's literally just taken that bird down and he's still got the feathers in his mouth to prove it. Someone's getting caught out this way around. I think you're stepping away from that. I think your Hierophant moment of connecting with what it is that you believe is the right thing to do, of asking for that advice, whether that's a spiritual advice, whether it's a friend's advice, whether it is you know, a therapist, professional advice, whatever it is, where you're finding the advice, I think you're taking responsibility for what it is that you may have done in the past. You know, maybe that's you. Maybe you have caused that drama somewhere along the line, and you've made people feel that they don't, you know, you've made people, maybe you've misbehaved is what I'm kind of getting at. But you're dealing with it, you're taking control of it, you're connecting, you're seeking advice, you're seeking help, and you're processing it. Fantastic. Now, over your Five of Wands in reverse, the reason I think you're stepping away from that drama is because you've got that Seven of Wands. You know what drama you're going to deal with. Like, this to me is, I always think this is the pick your battles card. Like, you know, you can tackle these problems, you can tackle them one at a time. That's all you can do. And actually, you don't want the drama from that Five of Wands. You don't need it in your life. So you're like, no, you know what? It's fine. I don't need this in my life. I'm stepping away. I'm sorting out what I need to do because I've got bigger things I need to worry about. You know, I've got all these 6 nails that I need to hammer in, and I can't do that if I've got your drama in my life. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from. That's why I'm seeking the advice. That's why I'm connecting to my insides, to my outsides, to my higher powers, whatever it is. Now, your King of Swords, sorry. You've got the Six of Swords in reverse. Now, that for me is, you know, the Six of Swords in the upright is again, it's a progress card. It's moving forward. It's making sure that you keep moving. A rolling bear gathers no hair and all that. But this is my issue, is that I think where you're very busy focusing on trying to work out your best path of action with those, you know, that map, working out what you need to do, that is hindering your movement. And, you know, no, I say it's hindering. Before you move, you obviously need to have a destination. You need to have a journey plan. That's a given. We all need that. But what you don't want to do is spend too long working out every single possibility, you know, and like the King of Swords, air energy, overthinking. 100% overthinking. Overthinking can be actually a hindrance to moving, because you try and analyze every possibility and work out what could go wrong, what could go right, what, you know, what mishaps you might occur. And yes, you have to prepare for those things, but there's also emergencies, you know, in life. There are things you can't prepare for, things you have to just deal with. And I feel like with that, sorry, it was in reverse. With that Six of Swords in reverse, I think the overthinking is keeping you from moving. Now, your Eight of Cups, it's got a Five of Cups in reverse with it. So I think whatever it is that you're moving out of, Scorpio, I think whatever it is that you need to leave behind gives you that freedom. Like this, you know, like the Five of Cups in the upright is such a sad card. You know, the cups down here falling apart, and look, and it's not even just the cups, there is a hand coming up and literally pulling you back down into that sadness. But you're not, because this Eight of Cups, whatever it is that you need to leave, is the best thing for you, because it gets you out of this energy. It gets you out of this Five of Cups, and it gives you that feeling of release. You know, because this isn't something that has been good. Like, you know, it hasn't been all bad, this situation. There has been a lot of good in it. But unfortunately, it doesn't, you know, sometimes loving someone isn't enough, is the phrase that comes to mind with this card. Oh my God. Literally gives me shivers thinking about it. Okay. Right, so that's kind of idea of where you are at for this month. Now, let's have a look at what's happening for the people around you. So, yeah, as I say, let me know what resonates down in the comments below. And also, I'm going to be doing some more free Q&As on YouTube as well soon. So I do free stuff on Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram. It must be a Gemini Tarot with full stops in between each word. So must.be.a.gemini.tarot. And also, I'm going to be doing some free Q&As here. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button as well. It's a little bell, which will make sure that you get notified when I go live, so you can come on and join in the free Q&A. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happening with the other star signs you are dealing with. So if you are dealing with an Aries, we've got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So if you're dealing with an Aries, I feel like they aren't really coming to the table to work towards the greater good. They don't want to work together with you. They're being a bit stubborn about things, as Aries can be. And you kind of, you know, you can't push them to work to your common goal. You have to find the common goal together in order to get an Aries to do things. And I think if you're dealing with an Aries, that's not really good for you right now. Now, if you're dealing with a Taurus, happy days, you've got that Three of Cups, and I love this. This card for me is, you know, it's showing the new girl around town, it's finding that excitement, it's spending time together, and it's, you know, this is the modern era, right? They've got, you know, taking selfies, they're doing what they need to do. It's a very modern deck, this deck, and I love it. And so I think if you're dealing with a Taurus, I think you've got some good times coming in this month. I think they're going to show you maybe something new, something exciting that you haven't thought of doing before. So I'm all for that. Now, if you're dealing with Gemini, you've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. So your Gemini isn't necessarily able to get anything off the ground at the moment for October. I think they're going to be feeling a little bit like the wind is taken out of their sails, a little bit knocked back. Now, it could be a family situation, it could be a work situation, it could be, you know, anything that they're dealing with that is literally it's like they can't, you know, you can't get a kite off the ground without the wind. You need that. And maybe the advice for you this month is to be that for them, to lift them up when they need it, because they probably will need it this month. If you're dealing with a Cancer, you've got a Four of Pentacles. Now, that for me, I adore this card. This is probably actually one of my favourite cards in the deck, and that's not normal for me with the Four of Pentacles. But this is saving up, investing in the future, having an end goal and working towards it. You know, like, listen, I've got 4 coins here, I'm going to put 1 away. I can still enjoy these other 3, but I'm going to put that 1 away. I'm going to save that towards my car. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm putting it towards a common goal. So your Cancer is invested in something, and hopefully it's you. You know, it doesn't have to be, it could be to do with work or, you know, something they want to purchase. Now, if you're dealing with a Leo, we've got a King of Wands. So I like that. So your Leo is definitely taking control of what's going on. They're in charge of their life. They're running their life. And listen, Leos should be doing that. Leos are very strong characters. They're very dominant. And I think, you know, this card coming out, it's like, listen, stand by, because this Leo's got some orders going out for people. This Leo's going to be calling some stuff to happen, which is fantastic. Now, if you're dealing with a Virgo, we've got that Seven of Cups in reverse. Now, if you're in a love situation with a Virgo, that's really nice, because that says to me that they are very confident in what you two have together. They're single-minded. Like, listen, there are distractions around. They don't care. They're not actually distracted. You probably think they're distractions. They don't. They're not looking anywhere else. You know, like, it's that whole thing of going, like in Love Actually, when Emma Thompson says to Alan Rickman, "Oh, Mia's very pretty," and he goes, "Is she?" And she's like, "Don't be stupid. You know she is." Hateful moment. The only time you ever hate Alan Rickman. But I feel for you, if you're dealing with a Virgo, they're not in that. You might think that they think, but if they say to you, I actually haven't noticed, I've only got eyes for you, then believe them. Okay, if you're dealing with a Libra, got 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this Libra that you're dealing with is struggling to take control of what they need to take control of. You know, in the upright, this card is lovely. He's very much in charge of what's happening in his kitchen. You know, he's got 1 pan flambeing, he's got 1 plate ready to go, you know, service. But your Libra isn't at that mentality at the moment, and that's tough, because, you know, you kind of have to wait for them to be in control of their things before you can move forward with them. If you're dealing with another Scorpio, they're in the Four of Swords. So again, they do, you know, they've got the feelings there, they've got the emotions there, but they're not ready at the moment. And I think you need to bear with them. And I know for your reading, I think your situation was that you really need to move on, step away from something. And like I say, that isn't always your relationship. But if you're dealing with another Scorpio, if you want to wait for them, be prepared that you will have to wait, because they're not quite ready to give you what you need. Now, if you're dealing with Sagittarius, they've got the Six of Cups in reverse. So that Six of Cups for me is a case that they are, it's not that they don't want to reconnect with you, like, you know, because it's particularly if you're in separation, but it's that I feel like even if you're with someone, a Sagittarius, that they're not finding their own way to reignite themselves, in the fact that they don't, you know, like this little girl here, you know, she's playing tea parties, she's having a lovely time. But your Sagittarius isn't doing that. They're not finding that time to spend on their hobbies, to make themselves happy. And that's tough for you, and maybe that's why you need to kind of step away a bit. Because if they're not willing to help themselves, then what can you really do? Now, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, they're in the Nine of Pentacles. And I like that. That's a good, confident card. So if you're dealing with a Capricorn, listen, they're going to be all right, with or without you. And I say that in a nice way, like, because actually you don't want to feel that someone is dependent on you for their happiness. Your Capricorn is going to be fine. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about them. They will be absolutely happy days. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, I got 7 of Wands in reverse. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius, they need a little bit of support, because I feel like they're not being heard. Like in this upright, this guy's surrounded by microphones. It's press conference central. And but with that feeling of it being in reverse, it's like they're struggling to communicate what it is that they need, what it is that they want. And if someone can't communicate with you, you can have all the patience in the world. If they can't articulate what it is that they want and what it is they expect and what they need, you can't provide them what they want. You can't help them because they can't show you. And you need to realise that isn't on you, that's on them. And lastly, if you're dealing with a Pisces, okay, you've got an Ace of Cups in reverse. So for the Pisces, Scorpios that are dealing with Pisces, I think you're in a situation where you have to almost accept that they, especially if it's in a relationship that isn't really working, they don't want to make it work. They don't see a way out of where you are. And that's tough. And that's where I think, that Eight of Cups comes into play, where your Hierophant comes into play. I think if you're dealing with a Pisces and and neither of you, you might want to carry on, you might want to find a way through this. But if they don't, there's only so much you can do to help them before you have to realise that it's sometimes easier to walk away if they don't want to do it. Sorry, that was a little harsh one to finish on. But I hope that helps. As I say, if you would like a private reading, let me know. You can drop me an email at must.b.a.gemini.tarot@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Instagram, must.b.a.gemini.tarot on Instagram. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.